Hello everyone, my name is Mohammad Azam from Azam Sharp School. Now in this very small video, I want to cover difference between when you use a state property wrapper with an observable and when you don't use state property wrapper with the observable object. So let's take a look at this example. It's a very simple example. I have created over here a counter class and it has a value property. It is marked with observable macro. So that's kind of like our source of truth. All right. And then we have the counter view, which actually uses that counter observable object. One thing to see over here is that I'm not using state property wrappers over here. I'm just creating it as a stored property, let counter equals to counter, and that's it. And then the main or the parent view, which in this case is the content view, uses that counter view to render as a subview. And it also has a toggle. Whenever it toggles, then it will basically go evaluate and re-render the body, parts of the body which are changed. Okay, so what exactly do we need to do over here? Well, let me go ahead and increment the counter. You can see that the counter is actually incrementing. See that? But as soon as I toggle the is on, the counter goes back to 0, or in other words, it kind of resets. So why is this happening? And how can we make sure that the counter is not reset? Well, one of the things that you will see over here is that we are using this as simply let counter equals to counter. And you can use it like that, but what happens is that the state is not really maintained between refreshes or re-renders. So in order to do that, I know that when we were using observable object protocol, you were using state object, remember that? Well, we're not really using observable object protocol anymore. We're using observable macro. So in those cases, you can simply just use state and that's it. So that will work kind of like the state object, but with observable macro. And now since we have decorated it with state property wrapper, now the state of the counter will be maintained across refreshes. So now, or the re-render. So if I go ahead and increment it, and you can see that whatever I do, the counter is still not getting killed or getting resetted. It's still there. So that is a difference between when you use a state or when you don't use a state and you just simply create an instance with a let or a var, whatever. So that is one of the differences. Now, yes, there are multiple ways to accomplish that. I mean, you can always create the counter in the content view and then pass it as a dependency to the child view, and in those cases the parent, which is content view, will hold the reference of the counter and it will not really reset because it's holding a reference. But if you wanted to create something like a state, like a local state, inside this, or just to use the counter, I guess, inside a view, then you can use this approach. You can simply mark it with state and it will maintain it during re-renders. So hopefully you have liked this. Thank you so much. And that's pretty much all I have. I'll see you in the future.